What's going on, everyone? Yesterday I was perusing Craigslist a little bit, and I came across a free listing for a Toro ride-on lawnmower. Now, the Toro ride-on lawnmower, no pictures, nothing like that, just said free, says runs great and does not cut. So I immediately messaged the guy, and then I said I'd be there in about an hour. Showed up, and oops, sorry about that. Showed right up, and he helped me load it on thing. It was pretty cool. There was llamas in the front yard. Guy had horses, cats. I don't know what was going on there, but it was pretty cool. It was like a scene from the Tiger King going into this backyard. But whatever the case may be, I scored a good deal on this Toro Lawn Tractor. It looks like perfect, and let's take a look at it. All right, so here is the Toro Lawn Tractor that I picked up yesterday from Craigslist. It is an LX427. I haven't done anything to it besides put a battery charger onto it overnight, and I filled up this front left tire over here. Got it up off the truck, or down off the truck, and let's take a look what we got here. So yeah, relatively clean. Nothing up with this thing. We'll see if it runs or not. Here's the mower deck. This big hole in it, so they ran it into something, so we'll see what happens with that. But I mean, I can clean that up and patch it. It's actually in an easy area to cut a piece of steel and put back in. But yeah, I mean, even that, the deck itself doesn't look too bad. Blades definitely need to be sharpened, but here it is. Let's take a look at what else we got here. We go to the on, we could see we got 13 volts and 287 hours. 287 hours on this Kohler 20 horsepower motor, which is not bad at all. That Lever right there has got a Kohler in it, and that one's got 130 hours on it from like 1999, 98-ish era. So yeah, so that's it. So I don't know, we could try starting it. I put fresh gas in it. I did do that. So let's see what happens. Oh, it even came with a manual too, which is kind of cool. Choke that up. So nothing. All right. Let's see. We got the fuel filter right over here. Let's see if anything's going through. So it doesn't look like much fuel's getting through. So we're gonna see what happens for this machine that allegedly runs great. So I'll stop the video here. I'll set up the tripod and we'll start recording. Let's start this. Take off the air box. Filter looks brand new. Put that aside. Okay, so we're gonna start. We'll take off these two right here, and that should let us see what's going on here with the carb. We'll go from there. Oil level's good. It's a good sign. Okay, so I got the main cover off. I'll check to see if the fuel line's plugged up. I'll see if the float bowl is getting any fuel. It looks like there's some sort of connection for something over here to the bottom of the fuel bowl. I've never seen that before, so I'm not really sure what that's about. I'll probably look up that later. Almost like it senses how much fuel there is. I don't know, it beats me. But then I kind of kept that back on. I'm gonna check for spark first, because I have a feeling that there might be some issue with that. So we'll pull the plug, we'll just see if there's any spark when we crank it over, and go from there. There's spark plug. Looks pretty good. No bad. We'll check to see if it's got spark. Alright. Alright, so we definitely have spark there. So now it seems like it must be a problem with fuel. Let's go from that. All right, so we're gonna pull this all apart here. I'm not sure what's going on with this here, what it does, but I can disconnect that. We'll pull the carb off and we'll get it onto a table and bench, and we'll see what's going on with that. There we go. It's off. Let's clean this thing up. All right, so we got this on the table here. Let's open it up. Spray some carb cleaner through it. Definitely got fuel in it. Yeah, I've never seen that before. I usually work on a lot of older stuff, so I'm not sure exactly what the deal is with that. There you go. Well, you don't see that needle looks good. No marks on that. I don't really see anything that would be a concern. It's relatively clean. So what we'll do is we'll hook this all back up without the box. See if maybe it's not getting fuel, which I don't know. I think it is. We'll see if we're getting fuel coming out of the tank. Definitely getting fuel. All right, so that's hooked back up. Now fuel flowing through the filter, everything looks clean. We got spark. We'll give it a shot again. Let's try something. There we go. Just a little smoky, probably because it was sitting. It just looks like mostly stuff burning off the exhaust there, so I'm not really too worried about it. Also, all the tires do hold air, I noticed, so that's pretty good. You can see here, a lot of oil and stuff around. If we dig deeper into there, yeah, I mean, this machine was used, you know, the oil was changed, but you could see like where it was dripping onto the exhaust there. So there could be a little bit of a leak. I don't really care. If it runs for a little while and after getting cleaned, I'll probably power wash it up and make it a little bit nicer here. So looks like we got it running, and now it's basically, we'll put the covers back on, we'll button everything up. Looks good so far. So we'll get the covers on and then maybe take it for a ride. It looks like the fuel filter might need to be changed, but I don't know. It's not pulling as much fuel as I would like it, but whatever, it's running. So let's take a look and get the covers back on. So I'm not gonna lie, I feel a little stupid about this one, but I don't really feel that bad. So I've never really worked on one of these before. Normally it's my Graveleys. They have safeties, but nothing like this. So there's a lockout lever on the back. I was kind of perusing around. I looked underneath to make sure that the drive shaft belt was connected. It was. The clutches, the lever engages fine. So there's a little lever. Let's take a look at this little lever here. All the way in the back of the machine. And there it is, right there. That little lever. It was pulled out to move it around. Who would have thought?
One little lever. That's all it took. So now that moves. All right, so that looks like we're going on to the mower deck after this. I'll probably change this fuel filter here. I don't like it. It doesn't look like it's sucking up much. I don't know. It could be because of that little like electronically controlled thing underneath. I don't really know. I'll probably swap out for a fuel filter or see if I can even disconnect that little electronic like plunger and maybe just put in a bolt to hold the ball up. But if not, I'll leave it start. Obviously, it started right up. Oil level's good. Tires hold air. It moves forwards and backwards now at this point. So the next step is getting that mower deck going.
All right, you can see underneath, this is a pretty beat. Blades are shot, so I'll definitely need new blades. No big deal. There's no salvaging them. But I'm gonna basically clean off this whole deck here. And if we look at it from the top, you know, we just got this hole right here. Otherwise, the deck's actually in halfway decent shape. I'll go through and, you know, I'll look at everything on the spindles and stuff like that. They seem to rotate fine. So I'm going to give it a cleaning up and we'll kind of go from there, and then we'll patch up that hole, try to connect this thing and see what happens. All right, so what I did here is I basically I cleaned out the hole underneath the deck. You can look and see. There you go, a lot of stuff. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark out, I'm going to trace that. I'm just going to plasma cut that, clean it up a little bit, and then go from there. So there's a piece on this plate. I'll trace it out and I'll cut it out from there. I'll clean it. All right, so basically what I think happened is that big hole was there because this bracket that holds up for the rear leveler was busted off. So I basically just made a little piece that hooks up to that, and we're gonna try to get this all going and see what happens. All right, so hopefully you can see from here that these blades are mangled pretty bad. So I did some searching, and it seems that these Cub Cadet 94204-308, these blade kits, Home Depot, they match up pretty good. They got the little star pattern in the middle. I'll show a little close-up of that later. I'll show a side-by-side comparison of these two to bolt right on. I got a new deck belt to go on. Otherwise, everything's good. So this is day 2 of the build. Yesterday, I don't know, it was nice out. I didn't feel like doing this all day. And for a little bit, I found out what that little thing on the bottom of the carburetor was. That is a fuel shut-off for like an anti-backfire. So it's pretty neat. That's pretty much about it. So I'm going to swap these blades out. I'll probably sharpen them up a little bit just to kind of clean them out a little bit. Swap these out, show the belt install, and that's pretty much about it. So let's get to it. So in case you want to see, there's the side-by-side comparison. You can see that these things are beat. So yeah, new one's going on. All right, so here's the belt right here. Basically, we're going to remove these 2 covers and swap out the belt. I was able to get this belt on and off yesterday, fooling around with it just by kind of going by, like squeezing it by. What I ended up getting was a 42-inch deck belt, Home Depot, half inch by 95.5 inches. This one is actually 96.5 inches, but I feel like there was a little too much slack in it. I mean, it's a little old, so there's going to be. So I'm going to take my chances, inch shorter. Over 100 inches is like 1%, or just a hair over. I don't think it's going to make a big difference, but previous owner was complaining about it not cutting, so I figured, you know what, I don't think it's going to hurt anything going to a little bit shorter of a belt. So yeah, that's what we're going to do.
so I think that's it. We got belt on, good. Blades are on, all good. And let's fire it up. We'll see what happens. I'll show you a couple of things that I did to kind of I don't know, keep it going. That needed to be a little bit adjusted. Basically, how it hooks up. There it is. All right, same on that side. Adjusted that front rod so it kind of levels out the front a little bit more, brings it up. If we look inside here, that bar holds that pulley, belt onto that pulley so that doesn't come flopping off. So I kicked that back a little bit. There was a lot of space in that, so that helps. I think it's on this side. I replaced the bolt with the clevis pin there, so that's easier to come on and off because I had a bolt. And that's pretty much about it. So that's it. Runs, cuts, deck goes up and down, works. Oil's good, everything's good, spark's good. So I think we're good to go. Carb's all cleaned out. And there she is, the LX427. What a monster. There you go. So it's amazing what you can find for free. So this is the third one in the series. We started with garbage can chainsaw. Then we went to the power washer. And now we have the Craigslist LX427, the beast. All right, everyone, have a great day. Take care. Bye.
Hey everybody, just a quick update. So I had posted this up on Let Go, I think late Saturday night, it was definitely Sunday when I finished it up. And I was contacted about 8:30 at night by a fellow who wanted to buy it for his father. And I posted up for $600. I sold it for $550, delivered it to his house, which was only like 15 minutes away, demoed it. Everyone was happy, and that's it. So I went from a free lawn tractor, spent $75 on blades and belts, and sold it for $550. That's a pretty good deal by me. And just a couple days worth of work, not even really. So yeah, keep your eyes open, keep your eyes peeled for any good deals you find out there. All right, later, everybody.